It is now time to start working on the development module. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make adjustments to the pictures using several sliders for exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, clarity, dehaze, saturation, and so on. There is a long list, so you can scroll down. There's a lot you can do with this over here. However, before I start working on these sliders individually, I'm usually using the auto feature in Lightroom to let Lightroom make the first changes. In a previous video, I talked about this particular photo, which is underexposed, and there's a lot of blacks here, and you can't really see what's going on in the black areas, underexposed areas of the picture. If I now click on the auto button right here, you're going to see that Lightroom increases the exposure to bring out much more of the details. I can go in under the exposure slider and increase that even more. So now you can see how it's getting brighter. Maybe not that much. Okay, let me add some contrast to this as well. And I can work on some of these other sliders here, like add some more texture to it to make it crisper. And also clarity to make this a little more crisp. There are several other features I can add, increase the reds to warm it up a little bit. Or I can also use just the temperature slider right here to change the value of the temperature in the picture. So if I wanted this a little warmer, that is more reds and yellows, I can bring it up. That may be too much. I'll bring it back down. A little goes a long way sometimes here. So we are going to keep working on this until you're happy with the way that it looks. Again, here is another picture. I'm going to use the auto feature, and in this case it didn't change all that much. I'm going to go back and select my filter now so I can go ahead and work on some of these other photos that I have. This one is an example that I want to use with the black and white function. So in order to turn a photograph black and white, just click on that black and white area right there, and that turns this into a black and white photo. And now we can use the same sliders to adjust the tone. So if I want a little darker right there, and I can bring the blacks more in like so. So that's a really neat feature to turn colors black and white. If we look over on the left side, there's a series of presets that we can use also. These are filters. So if I click on B and W for black and white, I can go ahead and just scroll over these, and it will show me preview what the black and white filter is going to do to this photograph. So this is a sepia tone, and there's a split tone. Here is more of a punch, high contrast, and there's a landscape view. I like that one. If we go to this particular photograph, so in this case I want to work on filter of color. So I can just apply any of these filters, which will then change the settings accordingly. So if I want more of a vivid color on this, or a matte color, I can choose any of those. I'm going to choose vivid, and that changes the appearance of that whole photograph. There are so many options with these sliders, and there's really no right or wrong way to do this. The only way to learn is to experiment with the different settings to see what you like the best. And remember, if you made changes that you don't want, you select the picture that you want to reset, and you click on the reset button right here, and it's going to reset all of the changes that you did. So now you can see the crop disappeared and the color changes as well.